Good morning and welcome to our event today. There is no question that over the last year, we have seen lasting structural change across every aspect of our society and economy. No area has undergone more rapid transformation than the way we work. For those of us with the privilege of working from home, digital technology has made this possible. And for those who need to be at the workplace, including the many frontline workers who have been critical to keeping our society and our economy functioning in the midst of this pandemic, technology has made it easier to connect, collaborate, and get work done. We have participated in the largest at-scale remote work experiment the world has seen, and it has had a dramatic impact on the employee experience. As the world recovers, there is no going back. Flexibility in when, where, and how we work will be key. Today, we want to talk about what this means and how we're ensuring every organization will have the technology required to support their employees and to help them thrive in this new era of flexible work. From the advent of word processing and desktop publishing to email and team collaboration, Microsoft has always been at the forefront of future of work, building technology to help people and teams achieve more together. Today, we think about the next evolution of work across three vectors: collaboration, learning, and well-being. First, on collaboration. The reality is, work doesn't begin and end inside a meeting. Anything people work on is accomplished in the context of a holistic process. Think a finance manager doing a budget forecast or a retail worker doing inventory. They create a spreadsheet or a list, share it with their coworkers, have conversations around it, and present it at a meeting. With Microsoft Teams, we're providing that organizing layer for the entire process. The modes of communication, content creation, and importantly, the ability to extend it with other applications and services, whether it's an analytics dashboard in Power BI, a line of business application written using Power Apps, or a SaaS-based HR system. And it's not just about knowledge work collaboration. We are seeing fundamental changes in how frontline workers collaborate too and are part of your business. I recently experienced this firsthand during a virtual visit to Imperial College Healthcare NHS Trust, one of London's busiest COVID-19 wards. Dr. James Kinross showed me how he's using HoloLens, Dynamics 365 Remote Assist, and Teams to reduce exposure to the virus and conserve PPE. He can interact with a colleague at home while treating a patient in the hospital. He can review medical notes and x-rays directly in his field of view. It was incredible to experience and see how they're pioneering the use of technology to improve patient outcomes while maintaining the safety of their staff. The second area is learning. Going forward, learning in the flow of work will be increasingly important as how we work and what we work on changes. Organizations are ultimately about knowledge turns. How are employees learning from each other? How are they identifying the knowledge and expertise that already exists inside the organization? And how are they learning from customers? People are turning to LinkedIn Learning more than ever to build their knowledge capital and acquire new skills. And they're using new tools like Dynamics 365 Guides to access step-by-step instructions on the job. Take Chelsea Potts at Chillicothe, Ohio, who used guides to speed her onboarding at a local PACCAR factory. She was proud to land a job outfitting the interiors of truck cabs. It was a dream job. It paid well. It required high skill. But picking up new skills on a job was stressful, especially learning those intricate sequence of tasks and steps. By using mixed reality to guide her through each step, right where the work is done, she was able to learn more quickly and, more importantly, feel confident in her new job. And finally, well-being. Productivity can no longer just be about short-term employee output. Employees are working longer hours, often feeling disconnected from colleagues. Sometimes I myself don't know whether I'm working from home or sleeping at work. We know that employee well-being can be an indicator of overall health of an organization. Companies can address this by equipping people with tools to rebuild social capital, focus, and stay healthy. It's one reason why we introduced new capabilities like virtual commute this year to provide the much-needed structure for a remote work day. At Unilever, for example, senior leaders are using our tools to identify teams whose work habits put their well-being at risk, so managers can proactively implement solutions to protect them, like no meeting Fridays. You'll hear more about this later from Steve McChrystal at Unilever. Today, we're bringing together collaboration, learning, and well-being in order to create a complete new product category, Employee Experience Platform, or EXP. 30 years ago, ERP systems were able to connect accounting and finance to the core business operations of the organization, redefining business processes, managerial doctrine, and ultimately firm performance. We believe the same paradigm shift that happened with ERP then will happen with EXP today. People operations will no longer be limited to HR, but will be integrated across every aspect of the business in order to improve the overall health and resilience of the organization. Every organization will require a unified employee experience from onboarding and collaboration to continuous learning and growth. These can no longer be siloed functions. A world of flexible work creates new challenges. How do you keep everyone connected to your mission and sense of purpose? How do you create and sustain culture digitally? How do you onboard new talent? How do you help them learn and grow? How do you ensure they always are collaborating with the right people? Addressing these challenges and incorporating solutions into everyday workflow tools is more critical than ever. That's why today we're announcing Microsoft Viva. Viva brings together everything an employee needs to be successful from day one in a single integrated experience directly in Teams. Viva will bring learning into the flow of people's work, surfacing required training and learning opportunities, so growth and development is always top of mind. It'll provide personalized insights and reminders so people work smarter, not longer. It'll make it simpler to find content and experts related to projects someone is working on, and it'll make it easier for leaders to communicate with employees and to foster community with personalized company communications, news, forums, and resources. And that's just the start. To tell you more, I'll turn it over to Jared Spataro. But first, let's take a look at how Viva empowers people to be their best, no matter when, where, or how they work. Thank you all very much.
If you judge me solely by my performance on the soccer field, you'd see a champion, a player of the year, a gold medalist. I'm deeply proud of these accomplishments, but what we do is about more than accolades. It's about the relationships we build, the knowledge we gain, and the support we receive. It's knowing that recovery today prepares us for a more productive tomorrow. Whether you're a professional athlete or professional anything, these are the things that breathe life and connection into everything we do. And if more people saw that, imagine what we'd accomplish. Introducing Microsoft Viva, a new employee experience platform that empowers people and teams to be their best from anywhere, creating a culture at work that values connection, knowledge, learning, and well-being, where people feel supported and given tools that help them thrive. We can approach work differently, where everyone, everywhere, can be their best.
Hi everyone, I'm Jared Spataro. As Satya said, we are living at an incredible time. In my role, I talk to customers every day about how the pandemic has reshaped the way we work. And one thing that seems to be on everyone's mind is this: how can we make sure our people feel connected, supported, and able to bring their very best selves to work? Especially since work now looks so different for all of us, whether we're working from home, back at the office, or even on the shop floor. Think about it. Even if after the pandemic on any given day, just 10% of your workforce is remote, you still need to connect those employees and ensure they have what they need to thrive. our research shows there's just no going back. Employees want to continue to work remotely, at least part-time, and managers are creating more flexible remote work policies as a result. We need to stop thinking about work as a place and start thinking about how to maintain culture, connect employees, and harness human ingenuity in a hybrid world. As digital tools become more crucial to a great employee experience, business leaders across every industry are embracing the opportunity to learn, and they're reevaluating both their spend and their approach. Today, organizations spend over $300 billion a year on employee experience. $300 billion. That's a really big number. It includes employee development and training, benefits and well-being, and a whole host of other employee experience technologies that in most cases are fragmented, hard to find, and disruptive to the flow of work. So, with Microsoft Viva, today we mark the first major step for a new kind of employee experience that's designed for the digital era. Viva digitally reimagines company culture, employee well-being, knowledge sharing, and learning for the hybrid work world. Viva is powered by the full breadth and depth of Microsoft 365 and is experienced primarily through Microsoft Teams. And with a strong and growing ecosystem of Viva partners and the fact that Teams is an open and extensible platform, it's easy to integrate all of the systems and tools a company already has into one place. Viva will initially include 4 modules: Connections, Insights, Topics, and Learning, with more on the way. Let's start with Viva Connections. Our research shows that nearly 60% of workers feel less connected to their team since the move to remote work. And we're struggling to replace the camaraderie once created by things like company town halls, offsites, and events. Just think about how it feels for a new employee who has literally never been to the office or even met anyone face-to-face. Accessed in Teams, the Connections app provides a single entry point for employee engagement and internal communications. You can kind of think of it as the digital representation of the office or the shop floor where we once gathered as a company. Connections builds on Microsoft 365 capabilities like SharePoint and Yammer to provide a curated employee destination. Leaders can connect with employees via company town halls, and employees can access everything from company news, policies, and benefits to employee resource groups or clubs that they want to join. The content can also be customized for specific roles within the company, including frontline and information workers, and it's easily customizable to add resources or showcase a company's brand. Next, Viva Insights. At a time when over 30% of workers say the pandemic has increased their sense of burnout, it's never been more important to help people unplug and make the most of their scarcest resource, their time. Accessed in Teams, Insights for individuals help employees stay connected with their colleagues and protect time for regular breaks, focused work, and learning. Experiences we announced this summer, like virtual commute and integration with Headspace, were the start of our work here. They will now be part of Microsoft Viva and will start rolling out in the coming months. For managers, Insights highlights valuable information about how the team is doing. For instance, it can help a manager to see if their team is at risk of burnout or remind managers to have consistent one-on-ones with employees. For company leaders, Insights sheds light on company and team-wide trends that help address complex challenges and respond to change. These could include well-being challenges, but also things like space planning as companies reimagine offices for hybrid work. These organizational insights are even more powerful when combined with other data sources. So today, we're very excited to announce a new dashboard for Microsoft Viva and Glint customers that maps insights about how people work to data about how people feel, taken from employee surveys. Viva Insights can also tap into data from third-party tools like Zoom, Workday, and SAP SuccessFactors. To ensure privacy and security, personal insights are visible only to the employee, while insights for managers and leaders appear in a de-identified aggregated view to maintain personal privacy. Now, on to Viva Learning. Organizations need to develop a culture of learning to keep up with the pace of change and to retain great talent. Specifically, a recent report from LinkedIn found that 94% of employees would stay at a company longer if it invested in their learning and development. Viva Learning helps make learning a natural part of every employee's daily work and the company culture. With Viva, employees can easily discover and share everything from training courses to micro-learning content. And managers get the tools they need to assign learning and then to track the outcomes to help foster a learning culture. Viva Learning creates a central hub for learning in teams with AI that recommends the right content at the right time. It brings together content from LinkedIn Learning, Microsoft Learn, and your organization's own custom content. It also has trainings from leading content providers like Skillsoft, Coursera, Pluralsight, and edX. Viva Learning also works with leading learning management systems. Today, we're announcing partnerships with Cornerstone On Demand, Saba, and SAP SuccessFactors, with more on the way. And finally, Viva Topics. Finding an expert, understanding company acronyms, or finding the content you need can be tedious, especially when you're new or working remotely. In fact, our research shows people spend the equivalent of 7 weeks per year searching for or just recreating information. Think of Viva Topics as a Wikipedia for the organization. It uses AI to automatically organize company-wide content and expertise into relevant categories like projects, products, processes, and customers. Topics makes Microsoft Search more powerful and automatically surfaces topic cards as people work in apps like Office, SharePoint, and Teams. When an employee clicks on a card, a topics page appears with documents, videos, and related people. Experts at the company can also help curate the information shown in topics by sharing knowledge through simple, highly customizable websites. Along with content from Microsoft apps and services, Topics also services information from third-party services like ServiceNow. And graph connectors make it easy to connect out to even more content that employees would find helpful. Today's announcements are just the first step. In the months to come, we'll invite customers to join us on this journey to create the first employee experience platform for the digital age. In a minute, I'll ask some customers and experts to join me, but first, let's take a moment to see Viva in action.
Microsoft Viva empowers people and teams to be their best by bringing communications, insights, learning, and knowledge into an integrated employee experience right inside Microsoft Teams. Viva Connections is your gateway to this experience, allowing you to stay engaged and informed no matter where you work. Here's an example for a company called ReliCloud. Connections is customized for your organization and personalized for you, with a feed of relevant news, announcements, and conversations so you're always in the know. And a dashboard connecting you to company resources and tools from Viva and across your digital workplace. You can tailor Viva Connections for every role, from frontline workers to executives, to keep everyone connected and engaged. Viva Insights helps you work smarter and thrive with personalized reminders to prioritize time for focused work, coaching, and learning. Take regular breaks, and mindfully wrap up your workday with a virtual commute. For managers and leaders, Viva provides insights and recommendations to foster healthy, successful teams and build personal and organizational resilience. For example, Viva can help a manager see if a team is at risk of burnout, then take action to help them develop healthy work habits and feel balanced. Viva Insights helps you understand the impact of work patterns on people and the business, then drive and measure change while protecting personal privacy every step of the way. With Viva, you can foster success and well-being for you, your team, and your organization. Viva Learning brings all your learning resources together in one place. You'll find content that's been assigned to you and recommended from a variety of sources, including your own custom content, learning management systems, and top content providers, including LinkedIn Learning and Microsoft Learn. With Viva, learning becomes a natural part of your day and lets everyone learn in the flow of work. It's easy to find, share, and discuss learning, and organize resources to foster a learning culture. Managers can assign learning and track completion to accelerate onboarding. Viva Learning enables employees to develop their skills and grow in their careers and as a person. Lots of learning is done on the job, and Viva Topics magically connects you to knowledge and experts. When you come across an unfamiliar topic or acronym, just hover. No need to search for knowledge. Knowledge finds you. Want to know more? Just click to find people, resources, and conversations related to the topic. Have a question? Just ask. Viva has the answer or calls in topic experts. Viva uses AI to build topic pages automatically and makes sure sensitive content remains protected. With Viva Topics, you can harness the knowledge of your organization and connect people to that knowledge in the apps they use every day. These features and more are coming to Microsoft Viva this year. Microsoft Viva brings communications, insights, learning, and knowledge together into an integrated employee experience, so everyone can be their best and the whole organization can thrive.
Now I'm pleased to be joined by an amazing group of leaders with a depth of knowledge and involvement in shaping the employee experience inside their own world-renowned organizations. I'm here with Josh Bersin, who is widely recognized as one of the foremost industry experts on employee experience, Neeraj Tolmari, CIO of the Coca-Cola Company, Steve McChrystal, CTO of Unilever, and Microsoft's own Chief People Officer, Kathleen Hogan. Thank you all so much for joining me. We're going to start off, Josh, with a question for you. What are some of the challenges organizations are facing with employee experience today, and what do you see as the opportunity before us to help them solve those challenges?
It's a hugely complicated multi-product market, and there really isn't a platform yet that can integrate it all together. And so a couple of years ago, as an analyst, I wrote a big piece on something which I called the Employee Experience Platform, and it was really more of an idea than a reality. And I think Microsoft, because of the nature of your products and, of course, the size and scale of what you do, you have the opportunity to be that integrating platform.
Thanks, Josh. Really appreciate your insights and your vision. Neeraj, what's been your experience both prior and amid the current pandemic, especially in terms of engaging and supporting Coca-Cola's diverse global employee base?
Yeah, thanks, Jared, for the question. Scale is not only a critical component of what we do, but it's also a key leverage point for us, given that we operate in almost every part of the world. So having connected technology platforms make it easier for success to travel from one part of the world to another. We're looking at how can all these solutions be connected in a seamless way that ultimately makes it easier for our employees to do their jobs. Whether we work remote or in the offices doesn't matter. And I think that's what COVID has taught us, is regardless of where we are, we can actually make the work environment simpler. And the underlying platforms play a major role in it. Thank you.
Steve, Unilever, I know, has invested for a long time in employee experience. How would you characterize the impact that the work you're doing here on employee experience has had overall to date, and what do you expect in the future?
So when we kind of moved towards a lockdown mode and having to move our the whole operation to work remotely, we were quite well prepared for that. The other thing, Jared, that we've really experienced is the importance of well-being. Of course, there's a physical well-being, and so we have techniques and tools we've been applying to figure out, are people safe and healthy? But that also links to their well-being and their emotional wellness, right? And that has become really hot for us right now. How do we understand how people are coping during these times? We really worry about that. We feel we have a responsibility to help people on that front. We use some of the workplace analytics, I think, which is really interesting, I have to say, because we had workplace analytics in place for some time. And it was kind of interesting. We'd look at it a little bit, sort of see kind of what the trends were, et cetera. Now it's become a little bit of the lifeblood for us, because now we can easily see, if we look at it in aggregate, we can see which teams are stretched. Are there leaders that we need to work with to help them do something different to enable their employees to get a little bit of support?
Really appreciate your insight on that. Thank you, Steve. Kathleen, very excited to have you here with us. I really appreciate the partnership that we have had. Your team has just been integral, as you well know, to all of the work we've been doing on Viva and this entire space. I want to talk a little bit about your work inside of Microsoft. You've been a big advocate of putting people first from the very beginning. How's the partnership between HR, IT, and other leaders in the companies changed in the recent months as we have gone through the pandemic together, still in the middle of it, and as we think about the employee experience?
I think as CHROs, we've been focused forever about attracting, developing, retaining exceptional talent and really using, great experiences to change the trajectory of the business. But I think the last year we've been focusing, and I think it's been said, taking care of our employees really focusing on just not physical well-being, but also mental health, and really thinking about our employees from that dimension. Huge focus on our managers, just given this unprecedented time. How do we help our managers model, coach, and care for our employees? How do we help our managers with the insights to do that? Really having that pulse on employee sentiment, really help our managers make good decisions. How do you onboard folks who've never met their manager? How do you have team meetings that are all digital, but you still have that emotion? How do you train and help folks in terms of continuing to build their skills? And I think that partnership with IT has been absolutely essential.
Another really important aspect of this introduction to me is that many companies don't have massive IT departments that can stitch together all of these employee applications. So they want a platform that's an integration, easy to use destination for employees to do their work and improve their employee experience and interact with HR and learning and well-being and all the other things they need to do. And I think that's what Viva is all about, is being that platform for all sizes of companies.
I would just say, as I talk with my peers, similar to Microsoft, they have disparate systems that they're looking to integrate so they can deliver those insights to managers, so they can deliver that simplified, great experience to employees. And they're asking for help because they want to deliver that for their employees, for their managers, but they need that integration. And as they look at what we're doing at Microsoft, often they say, can you just give that to us?
Well, that's the perfect note to finish on. Thank you all so much for your time today, and we wish you the best. Viva's the first step in a journey as we work to help our customers foster well-being, belonging, and growth for every person in their organization. Be sure to learn more at our new Viva Product Hub, and thank you for joining today. Goodbye.
For Mila Moraes, today is a very big day. Today, Mila begins a new chapter at a company that's embraced the future.
Hi there, I'm Mila. So nice to meet you. My name's Mila. Hi there, I'm Mila.
A company where meaningful connections, knowledge, learning, and supportive well-being have fostered a culture that empowers people to be their best. Still, day one at a new job looks a little bit different.
Accept call. Hey everyone, I'm Mila.
Welcome, Mila. Now, I see a few of you are having your first day jitters, and that is completely fine. We're here to help.
Hey, Mila.
Victoria, hi.
Listen, I'm so glad you're here. The team can't wait to meet you. I've got some great resources that I think will really help you get started. Take a look.
Communities to join, company resources, town halls, team goals, and tools for prioritizing her time. This is
awesome.
I was going to say that. Mila took her manager's advice to heart and is paying dividends.
Hey, everyone. I wanted to give you a chance to leave me some feedback, so just sent out a quick survey. So Megan got back to me, and she loves the proposal. She wants us to pitch the solution to the broader team. And Mila, since this was your idea, I'd like you to lead.
Thank you so much, Victoria.
And just like that, her moment has arrived. Yes. Go get him, Mila.
Feeling a little bit nervous about the presentation. I could use some more data.
You can always talk to me, but I got you.
Hey, Mila. How can I help?
Oh, she's going to nail this.
Join meeting. Good morning, everyone.
You see, it's within our grasp to treat people as people, to support them, to help them feel connected, and to give them tools and innovative resources that truly empower them. And not just to crush that big presentation, which she just totally did, by the way, but to help you feel and be your best, so you're always ready for what's next.